Evening Alpha Nation, this is Chrissy B and I'm live in the Beehive tonight, ready for our weekly Alpha Nation live stream. I'm going to give you a minute to get comfortable. I hope you are all staying nice and warm in this horribly cold, rainy weather. I hope you're all doing really well. I know there's a lot of bugs and germies going around. My voice is slightly raspy today. I think I'm catching some of those said germs. So hopefully you're all doing really well. And you know what? I am happy. I am excited because you know what? Our front row seating for Alpha versus Energy Part 2 on Saturday, June the 21st is sold out. Makes me so happy to know that you ran to that ticket link and secured your seats, and the best ones in the house, front row. There is still general admission, but you need to be really fast because that is also on its way out the door. This is a huge, unmissable entire day event, part 1 and part 2. So please make sure you get on that ticket link. Part 1, free. Free. You can come in and join the action for free from 12 p.m. But general admission tickets are needed now for part 2. So please get on them. All right. Who have I got so far? Hello to everybody that has joined. Yes, Harper, I am the busiest bee. Alparagon, I hope you were all sick because I'm not that type of doctor. Why is this? No, let's just, nope. Ant-Man, great shirt. Yes, thank you. I am wearing the Australian wrestling legend Crackerjack's t-shirt. Make sure you pick one up the next time you are at an Alpha show. They are great. It is absolutely stunning. All right, so as I said, front row is sold out. So if you haven't already got tickets, please run and do so. Now, we have a lot coming. And I did tell you last week that you would have another person revealed today for our 5-on-5 elimination tag team match. Unfortunately, it's going to be a team red, so Team Crow. But look, the more we know, the more strategic Team Blue, Team Gemstone can be. Who knows? It's the Crows. I have no clue. Now, another thing I promised you, tag team tournament special. I did tell you I would reveal the matches that are coming up, and they will be taking place at Alpha versus Energy Part 1. So far, we kind of have an even playing field in terms of the scoring. We've got Muscle and Flow and the Upstanding Citizens sitting on 3 points each, and ironically, they are taking each other on in the next round. So Upstanding Citizens, Muscle and Flow, that's one match. Then we've also got on 0 and 0, the Tradies and Lockie and Elaine Hope, who as well will be taking on each other. Now, the Tradies, kind of weird there now because Mason Stoneheart was kind of thrown into the mix at the last Energy. So what's that going to look like? Because there's 3 of them. There's Mitcho, there's Alex Winchester, and there's Mason Stoneheart. How's that going to work? Tune in to find out. And what's the best way to tune in? By being here at Pipeworks Market live on the day. June 21st, we are less now than 3 weeks out from this blockbuster 2-part event. Who else is excited? Because I really am. Like, I am so excited for this. Hey, Mama B. Hey, Savage. How are you? Hello, Danielle something. Sorry if I said that wrong. All right, so excuse the voice. Now, let's go back to Alpha versus Energy Part 1. So that is the morning afternoon show. I always say morning because it's 12 o'clock. It's kind of you know, that bit between morning and that bit between afternoon. It's taking place at 12 p.m. And honestly, of all the energies that I can think of that have happened so far this year, I'm going to say this one is probably up there. It's probably the biggest of them because there is a lot riding on the line, because literally it's alpha versus energy. And obviously, if you're like me, you want energy to be successful in this war, because we don't want the implications of what else could happen. But let's see. But can we actually end up with some titles coming over to energy and staying there? I mean, look, history's not on our side, let's be honest, because the only time titles have actually changed place on energy were when the Wonder Brothers defeated the Physicals to become our new Alpha Tag Team champions. But the titles didn't exactly stay on energy. But that was the only time in history where a championship, other than the Alpha Energy Cup, which is Energies, of course, has changed hands. So just imagine that Mike Manson defeats Adam Crow to become our new Melbourne Openweight champion and keeps that belt on energy. Not only is he defeating Adam Crow and finally giving us that satisfaction, but he's giving that belt to energy. And you know who else could do the same? Josh Redfield. Now, Josh has been after the Pipeworks Market Championship since like September. So he has been on a very big chase. And Nate Hunter has managed to weasel his way out of several previous matches with Josh. But this time he can't, because what's going to be surrounding the ring, Alpha Nation? Lumberjacks. He cannot go anywhere. He literally cannot run. He cannot hide from Josh Redfield. He will be thrown back into that ring the minute he tries to leave. So it's looking pretty good for Josh Redfield, and I hope he does win, because imagine that, a second championship, the Pipeworks Market Championship as well, changing hands at energy and staying there. That would give us the Energy Cup, the Tag Team Trophies, the Pipeworks Market Championship, and the Melbourne Openweight Championship. That would be amazing for energy, and it would open up so many doors and opportunities for all of the amazing talent that we see and will continue to see on energy, including a lot of our interstate superstars that continue to come down for the interstate warfare, which we are ahead of on the scoreboard. Just wanted to throw that out there for an FYI. Speaking of the devil, the Melbourne Openweight champion, here he is, Adam Crow. Manson's gonna lose. He's an old man with bad knees. Really? Because it didn't look that way when you and the Crows were kind of laying flat on your faces at the last show. But look, I could be wrong. I hope Josh Redfield... Oh my God, my throat. Alpha Nation, I apologize. I'm really starting to get sick. I hope Josh Redfield loses and goes away forever. Alpha Nation, who hopes that the Crows will lose and go away forever? Put your hand up. Me. Adam Crow, no. There you go. They're all telling you that they hope you lose, Adam Crow. So thank you, Alpha Nation. Hands up if you want Adam Crow and the rest of the Crows out of here. Definitely make things a lot more manageable. Crows. Every time I speak of them, I just get so angry. Now, let's go back to Alpha versus Energy Part 2. The Red Show. Now, look, there's some big things happening, including another Australian wrestling legend and veteran making their official Alpha debut, Vixen. Now, Vixen is easily one of the best wrestlers in Australian wrestling history, and she's stepping into the ring with one of Alpha's best female competitors, Miss Fortune. So that is huge. And you know what? These two are kind of friendly behind the scenes, and they train together and they work together. So Fortune's got a bit of mixed emotions about this one. She's super excited to have Vixen debut here at Alpha. And I mean, obviously, wrestling each other is great for the two of them, but it's kind of, a little mixed emotions here, stepping into the ring with her, and, one of them has to lose in the end, and it's, conflict a little bit, but talk about blockbuster of a match between two top females in the industry. Honestly, I cannot wait. Personally, I cannot wait. I have watched Vixen for many years and she never ceases to amaze me. In fact, she gets better every time I see her step into the ring. So I know that her versus Fortune is going to be an unmissable clash. So go on over to that ticket link like you have been doing for the last few weeks. You've sold out front row. You've sold out front row. Now you need to sell out the general admission tickets. And I know you will, Alpha Nation, because you are actually running to those ticket links. The more we announce for you, the more we tell you what is going on, the quicker you are going to that ticket link, because you don't want to miss any of the action. And why would you? We've got Crackerjack, the Australian wrestling legend himself, Crackerjack, practically running the show, thank God, and trying to audit things in a good way. Now, look, we've been working hard to try and get his team looking good. We really have. Adding in Mate to 11 to the mix, great. We still have 2 spots to fill. So we're working hard on that. And hopefully by this Sunday, the 8th, mark your calendars, by this Sunday, the 8th, we will have another member secured for Team Blue, Team Gemstone, led by Captain Crackerjack. Sincerely hoping that we do come to an agreement on that. Let me hear it. Who else would you like to see on the team? I'll take that up with Crackerjack. I've been giving him the information. We've been going through the list, trying our best to, get through some of those names. Savage King Daniel Cole is the top of the list. He was one of the first people that I listed for Crackerjack. But as you all know, he is still recovering from a knee injury, and I don't want to put him in a position that he shouldn't be put in. So it's kind of like I'm torn. And I know he would be like one of the best people to have on the team. Of course, he's my bestie. Like, I know what my bestie is capable of. But at the same time, I am protective. I'm very protective. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Tune in on Sunday. You will get another reveal on that. And hopefully after that, we finally find out who Team Red is going to have, and we can just be done with that whole fiasco and debacle. But look, both of these shows are looking amazing, but we have a stop before them. Thursday Night Fights, I haven't forgotten about it. I did tell you I'd have more news about that this week, and I can now confirm Thursday, this week's Thursday, not Thursday Night Fights Thursday, this week's Thursday, you will get all the information and ticket links that you need for Thursday Night Fights 8. So hopefully you can keep your eyes out on socials this Thursday, and then on Friday, because we will reveal the Thursday Night Fights 8 main event to you. So watch those socials for the ticket link and information, as well as the main event this Thursday and this Friday. I'm struggling, Alpha Nation. I'm struggling. I hope I don't sound as froggy as I hear myself to be sounding right now. And I do apologize, but bear with me. Bear with me. There's so much more to talk about, including Cousin Ali defending the Alpha World Heavyweight Championship, of course, against a ghost from his past. Thank you, Commissioner DPC. Thank you. In Too Crazy. Now, Too Crazy has a singles victory over Cousin Ali. So this is definitely a ghost from his past. And here's the thing, though. DPC wasn't the only one that wanted Too Crazy to kind of step up and make this challenge, because so did Slade. As you know, Too Crazy is part of the protocol with Slade Mercer, and Slade has really been pushing for Too Crazy to take that championship. And if he doesn't, apparently Slade's going to do it himself. That's what I'm hearing. So, bit of a push here. Slade really putting the pressure onto Too Crazy to take the Alpha World Heavyweight Championship from Cousin Ali, because if he doesn't, Slade's going to do it himself. So is that going to cause tension? I don't know. Can Too Crazy do it? He does have a singles victory over Cousin Ali, but we've seen Cousin Ali grasp onto that championship, and rightfully so. He is so deserving of that Alpha World Heavyweight Championship that I can't see him letting it go. very easily. But look, Slade Mercer's known to get his way. So will he? I don't know. He will be at Alpha versus Energy Part 2. I can confirm to you that he will be there and he will be in action. Can't tell you his match yet. I don't want to get into any trouble. But Slade Mercer will be there. And I'm sure he'll be watching very closely when Cousin Ali takes on Too Crazy. What is going to be the fate of that one? Your guess is as good as mine. Now, speaking of Alpha versus Energy Part 2, we've got a fan favorite. Someone who you've seen on Energy, someone who you've seen on Thursday Night Fights, who is a fan favorite, debuting on the night show in a singles match. So they would be debuting in singles action. Who is that going to be? Who's a fan favorite that we see a lot of on Thursday Night Fights and on Energy that is now going to take an opportunity as a singles competitor over on the main show, Alpha versus Energy Part 2? What a place to do it. A place that's already sold out front row. I cannot stop talking about that because it makes me so happy. Who's it going to be? I'll take guesses. Savage King, I miss Slade as champ. You know what? As much as I want to say I do too, I love Cousin Ali as champ. I'm a big Cousin Ali fan, a huge Cousin Ali fan, and I love seeing that championship over his shoulder because he deserves it. He's worked hard to be where he's at, so you know what? He can keep it for a lot longer. Slade doesn't need the gold. He's fine. He's fine. He's got the protocol. Savage King, it's bestie. I have a few besties, so it's not very specific. Right? Not very specific at all. Now, I need to tell you about kind of what's on the line here. I'm going to explain it a little bit more because it is Alpha versus Energy. But what is the end game? What are we trying to achieve from this? Right? What are we trying to achieve? Well, obviously we're trying to save Alpha from the Crow family. And this war is the way to do that. Why? Because we're going to be having a number of matches take place, including the 5-on-5 elimination match that we're starting to, slowly unveil and unravel. But there are 7 other matches that are tailored specifically for this Alpha versus Energy war, including at Alpha versus Energy Part 1, Rocco versus the returning unpredictable jaw jacker, Jason Crash. I'm trying not to make a face. Yes, because he annoys me, but he is taking on the Crows. So, will I be cheering for Jason Crash? Can't believe I'm saying this. Yes, I will be. I will be cheering on Jason Crash in hope that he will squash and defeat Grumpy Uncle Rocco, because that would be a victory for Energy, and that's what we want. We want the scoreboard to reflect more Energy victories than Alpha victories, right? That's kind of the plan. That's what we want. 7 matches will be scored. So Rocco and Crash. If Crash wins, 1 point goes to Energy. If Rocco, God forbid, wins, that's 1 point to Team Alpha. So that is the scoring. It will be over Part 1 and Part 2 of Alpha versus Energy, right? There'll be 3 matches on Part 1, 4 matches on Part 2, including the 5-on-5. What we want out of those 7 matches is more points. For who? For Team Energy. Why? Let me tell you why. If Team Energy is ahead of that leaderboard, then finally we will go into a election to vote who will have leadership over all of Alpha. And that's when we will get to choose either to elect Gem or the alternative, DPC. So that's what we want, because it's going to give everyone a chance to actually vote. Alternatively, I don't even want to think about this, Alpha Nation. if Alpha has more points on the scoreboard, then we don't get an election and the Crows and DPC take over. And then we can't do anything anymore. So positive vibes only for Team Energy, please. Be here supporting everybody on June the 21st. Don't forget your support signs, because guess what? I will be picking my favorite again. So make sure you bring plenty of signs to show your support throughout this war. I will pick my favorite, and we just need to put the positive vibes out there, because we don't want the Crows taking over. No, we want the opportunity to have this election. So positive vibes, Alpha Nation. Be here for it. Join us for it. Join in all of the action. It is a huge entire day event starting at 12 p.m. Then we've got obviously 7 p.m. part 2. General admission tickets are still on sale. Don't take the risk and do a walk-in hoping to get a ticket. You may not. If we've already sold front row completely out, general admission isn't going to be too far behind. It's going to be too far behind at all. Right now, huge things happening in part 1, and that's free. You don't even have to pay for it. I'm curious to see how this tag team tournament special turns out in this round 2. Can Lucky and Elaine or the tradies redeem themselves and pick up some points? They're on 0 each at the moment. Or are we going to see more points added to either the Upstanding Citizens or Muscle and Foe, who are currently sitting on 3 points each? A victory, 3 points. No contest or no end, whatever it is, 1 point. Loss, 0. So it could still happen. But looking at the scoreboard, Upstanding Citizens and Muscle and Flow sitting on 3 points each. One of them, I feel, if victorious, will move on to the finals. Because, if they get another 3 points, that puts them at 6 points. And, it makes sense, if my math is mathing right now, that they would be in the finals. So, don't know. But here's the time now. Taking a breath. Why? Because I'm about to talk about the Crows. So, the 5-on-5 elimination tag team. Right, so far we've got on Team Blue, Team Gemstone, we've got Captain Crackerjack, which is like the best thing ever. We've also got the unpredictable Jawjacker, Jason Crash, and Inmate 211. And I think that is an absolutely superb choice by Crackerjack, because we know Inmate 211 is amazing in that ring. On the opposite side, on Team Red, Team Crow, we've got Captain Adam Crow. We've got Grumpy Uncle Rocco. We've got, this one disappoints me immaculately, the Juggernaut Jay Hunter. So disappointed, like I really am. And who else? You know what, this one doesn't surprise me, because he's kind of aligned himself with them in recent months. The Poison Bullet Hugh Sands. He is number 4 on Team Crow. The Poison Bullet Hugh Sands. Great. I mean, you kind of saw it coming, right? Because he has aligned himself with the Crows in recent months, but to stoop that low, I was kind of hoping he had a shred of respect left in him, but clearly not. So there you go. That's 4 on Team Red, 3 on Team Blue. Sunday, hopefully, we will have a 4th member for that team. But who else is going to join? Team Red or Team Blue? Is Mike Chaos going to be the last person to join Team Crow? Is he going to be the last one? Has he gotten off that fence, or is he still sitting on it? I don't know. With Hugh Sands now in the mix, there's only one more spot. So let's hope for the best. Cross our fingers, cross our toes, cross everything we have, and hope that we get that information very soon. Now, next week on the Alpha Nation live stream, this is what I will have for you. I will announce 2 matches for Thursday night fights. And then throughout the week, So throughout next week, we're going to get some updates on Harper Sky, B Squared, Bison, and hopefully announced their matches for you, because I know that they are some of your favorites and you want to know what's kind of coming for them. And like I said, we'll have more on the 515, including my chaos and where he stands. I'm hoping. Let's hope. So that's next week. If there is anything else, Alpha Nation, that you would like touched on or discussed, or anyone you want to see on the live stream, leave comments for me. I do come back and I check them. I promise you, I come back and I check your comments. In the meantime, back over to the ticket link on Humanitix. No more front row. Get on those general admission tickets ASAP, because they are selling fast. You do not want to miss this. Alpha versus Energy Part 1, free. But Alpha versus Energy Part 2, you are going to need to purchase tickets for. We are less than 3 weeks away. It is going to fly by. Saturday, June the 21st. Make sure you have your tickets. Thursday night fights, 8, will be on the Thursday, the 19th of June. More information to come Thursday and Friday. And as I said, next week we'll have a couple of more announcements regarding Thursday night fights for you. We've got 1 more spot on Team Crow, 2 more spots on Team Gemstone. This could go either way at this point. We want Energy to get those points on the leaderboard. We want the election to take place. You, Alpha Nation, are the ones to help support this. Why? Because the more you support us, the more you cheer for us, the harder we're going to work in that ring, the more we're going to do for you. So please do not forget to bring your loudest of cheers. Even if you end up losing your voice like me, it's fine. It's worth it. Cheering on my favorites. And don't forget your signs. I will be looking out for my favorite. Until next week, I'm Chrissy B. You're my Alpha Nation. Please stay safe. Look after yourselves. Most importantly, stay sweet. I love you all. See you next week. Good night.